So I've had the Piaggio Fly 125 from new for just over 4 months now. I did do a review of it a little while back, and I thought I would give an update review on the things that I like and the things that I don't like about it. In terms of the Piaggio Fly 125, what I like, very much its speed on the flat. Easily get up to 60 to 65 miles per hour on the flat. 65 is pretty much the maximum. The flat bit is probably slightly downhill, but it is enough for any A road. Particularly if it's a busy A road that's got quite a bit of traffic on it, where they're not generally going at that speed anyway. Those ones where it's really quite quiet and the cars come flying along, when they do see it, they will come up behind you and straight past, but not too much of a major issue. You just concentrate on your own stuff. The second thing, economy. Over the months I've been keeping a tally on how much I'm getting, and I'm maintaining 150 kilometers to the gallon, which is 92 miles to the gallon, which I'm really quite happy about. Number 3, filtering is easy. The bike is light, simple to maneuver, and can get through some very small spaces. You just take it easy while doing it. I really do like number 4, the cool Italian look. It gets ruined a bit by the top box, so when not using the top box, it's really nice. It's especially with an open face helmet and a pair of jeans on and a leather jacket. I think it looks really cool. The 5th thing is good brakes and handling. Yeah, no problems at all with the brakes or with the general handling of the bike. Does exactly what it says on the tin. You can feather them or you can slam them on. 6th thing, capacity for commuting. There's plenty of storage underneath the seat. There's a little glove box compartment, and if you've got a top box, plenty on there. I don't think I've even taken it out to go shopping and stuff, and I get everything in there. And if there's just 1 or 2 bags too much, there's a little clip that comes out of the front of the seat, and then that's easy to just attach the bags to that and then get on home. I would say the major thing why I like it though is I know what it can do, and I'm happy knowing what it can do, because it allows me to judge what I can try and make it do. Whereas on a bigger bike, something that can get up to 150 miles per hour and it's got massive torque and this, that and the other, you don't really know what it can do, and while you're taking it past a certain limit of what you're happy with it, you start shitting yourself. You don't know whether you can stop in time, you don't know what's coming up, you can't see the road properly, all those sorts of things. So it actually stops me from trying to do things that would be pretty silly to do, which I know I'd be able to do on a bigger bike with a bigger capacity. I know I'd be able to get past that car that's travelling at 70 miles an hour, just zoom past them, but would it be something that's a good idea? So knowing what a little 125 can do actually calms you down, I believe, in some ways of your driving. I'm not talking about teenage kids and younger lads who have a propensity towards risk taking and doing daft stuff. I did it myself, so no, nothing about that. It is just for somebody of my age, I like the fact that I might want to do something, but I know the bike can't do it. and therefore it keeps me on the safe side rather than the floor side. So that pretty much sums up this my top 7 pros for the Piaggio Fly 125, and I'll go into the top 7 cons now. So in terms of things that I don't really like about it, I don't like losing power uphill. You go up quite a long hill, quite a steep one. You can get a run up to it, and if it's a short hill, yeah, you'll be fine. But anything that's got any kind of length on it, you're pretty much down to 50 miles per hour. And I know that's an acceptable speed, but it feels a little bit of a crap thing to have done when you've filtered past a load of cars at some lights a little while back, and you're doing alright when you're on the flat or on the slight downhill, but then they all catch up to you when you're going up the hill just at 50 miles an hour. So that might be the reason why I do end up moving up a bit, probably to a 350 or a 500, but more than likely sticking with a scooter. The second thing I don't like is the centre stand catches when you're going around corners and roundabouts and things. I know this happens on all scooters, and friends and whatever say, yeah, but it's really cool when that happens because you get the sparks of the centre stand that come up, and I just don't like the idea that there is something else that's dragging on the floor that could tip on something and send me flying. So it means that I take corners a lot easier than I know that I can. Third one I don't really like, speeds in kilometres per hour and the Speedo. It's just one of those things. It makes it look like there's a lot more mileage on there when actually it's in kilometres, and you've got to do conversions and this, that and the other. Yeah, I know it's Italian and this, but I'd prefer it if it was in miles per hour. The fourth thing, I don't half get a sore arse on this thing. It's, I don't know whether it's my age, my flabby backside, or whether it's something to do with the bike, but after 3/4 of an hour on it, it starts getting very, very numb. The fifth thing is a particular individual thing with this particular bike. There's a problem with its rear suspension. I've been to see the dealer again. He's tried lubing it up, but it still squeaks like mad and sticks and whatever, so I'm going to take him back and get the warranty to sort that out. The sixth thing, it came with a really cheap tax disc holder. Every time you washed the bike, the rubber ring that held the plastic bit that covered the tax disc would come off, and the whole lot of it would just end up in the gloop of soapy water at the bottom. So I've had to change that. And I guess the final thing that really I really don't like is the position of the petrol cap. It's right down at the bottom of the steering column at the front by your feet, and it is pretty much impossible to fill up your tank while watching the gauge to see how much you're putting in, because you're faced away and your head's down and you're looking down at it rather than up at how much you're putting in. And I know that once it gets down to the light coming on, it's only 1 gallon that can go in there, and so it ends up splurting everywhere or whatever. So those are my 7 pros and 7 cons. If overall, if you're looking for a commuter bike, a short commuter bike, I do 15 miles each way every day, or you're looking for something cool for just going around town, meeting up with your mates, and I have used it on much longer roads and trips, and I love it. I absolutely love it. But like with every bike, it's got pros and cons, and it depends what it is that you want it for. It works perfectly for me at the moment. It does what it says on the tin, gets me to work and back. The speed is faster than I can ever do it in a car, because I'm not stuck in the traffic. And all of the cons are just little things that once you know about them, you can handle them and sort them out. It's the only thing that would make me move up possibly in the next few months is the losing power uphill bit. I don't really want anything that goes too much faster on the flat or whatever, possibly up to 70 miles an hour, but I don't really want to lose power, so it might mean that I go for something a little bit bigger.